Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Check, check, 1, 2. It's your boy. Happy Monday to all you good people out there. Just wrapping things up. Get started. All right, all right, all right. Got my stripes on today. You know, fresh off from my school hookup. What's going on, good people? Shout out to everybody in chat. Dion Freeman is first in the chat tonight. What's going on, Dion? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Geeky. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Crazy, it's a lot. It's, you know what? It hasn't been this much news in a long time, so we got a lot to cover. I'm going to get it in like finally in a minute. Steve M in the building. He says, I ended up getting on Poker Pia since Target had it for $15 off. I got the digital version because I hate game key cards and don't want to waste the shelf space on them. I agree. I get it. I get it. But the question would be, Steve, how do you like it? You know, it would be something like, hey, you know what, you definitely could recommend this game. Or it was just like, you know, it's all right. Oxford Trapper in the building. Tormentor 20. Ricardo Moet 4529 in the building. All right, got everybody on the wheels of steel. I'm just finishing typing up the poll question of the night. Give me a second. The poll question night is the gaming industry heading down the wrong direction. Type it in my responses. If I can get the do right. There you go. That's yep. Nope. It's hard to say. X me after GTA 6. All right. I think that's in. Boom. Steve M says, if you like Dragon Quest Builders or Minecraft, I think you would like Pocopia. GT in the building. What's going on? It's a console industry for sure. Gaming industry on the whole, nope. Yeah, man, the console industry, man, has gotten, you know, it's definitely interesting. And you really don't got a firm grasp on which direction it's going. Let me get Girl on the board real quick. How my dog just walked this. It's gonna walk in the door, huh? I thought I closed it. Huh? I all right. Well, see if the dog Jojo will leave out with you. Yeah, go ahead and grab him. All right. Thanks, buddy. All right. Put Gorilla on the board twice. Sorry about that. All right. Got Gorilla twice. That's nice. Right next to Geeky. Love when they're together. It's like oil and water. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, man, um, with this pricing structure we can talk about tonight. I mean, I just don't. If you know, to be an outsider looking in, you know, one would have to say like, um, it looks like Nintendo was really aggressively pushing for a digital future, and everything is kind of aligning in their favor. And the reason why I say that because they can put themselves in a position where it can. I don't know how much these components cost. That would be kind of interesting to know how much the components cost to have a physical cartridge. But of course, you know that to make a cartridge, um, it's tough. I just don't foresee Nintendo going away from selling games, and having them on store shelves because you know what? I think that would come back to bite them. But you know what? If the rumors is true, and if a lot of this stuff is especially dealing with an all digital Switch, it's kind of all kind of speculations. But I mean, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. I think Nintendo could, very well make a strong play. It's a little confusing right now. But you know what? I mean, man, you know what? I see that Nintendo can definitely solve some issues having a cheaper all digital Switch. I can see some benefits from that. Um, I think the situation with PlayStation and their price hike, whew, man, oh man. If you want a PlayStation 5, you better go. I think you might have 2 more days before those prices go up. So you might as well go ahead and get it in if that's what you really want. Um, man, I could man, listen, that is hard. It makes saying wanting a PlayStation 6 is like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if their games is going to be that much better. Excuse me. That you gotta say like, I really want this system. Crazy. This is all this like all of this is kind of just exploded this week. So it's so much to think about, so much to talk about. From the PlayStation price hike to what I'm saying Nintendo maybe these pricing like, hey, you get it cheaper, you buy it digital. It's like, well, okay, why you trying to bait us to buy it digital when you was cool for a long time, charging us both the same prices? So now you're forcing the issue. So it's gonna be crazy. Oh yes, sir. Quake 311 is entered the building, and yes, sir, go blue. Go blue. Oh man, listen, that game Saturday gonna be it's gonna be great. I mean, my pastor is a Tennessee fan, so I'm sorry, pastor, but Tennessee look like they should have even showed up. They got a whipping, but Arizona's a different team. You know what? Um, in my bracket, I got Michigan going all the way. I got Michigan winning that thing. But you know what? I didn't have I had State playing Duke, but that didn't happen. I picked Michigan to play against Arizona, so that side of the bracket came out to be right. Um, I did not pick Illinois though. I picked Duke, and Duke lost at the buzzer. Ooh, heartbreaking for Duke fans, but I don't like Duke. Don't forget to give people to hit the like button for me. I pretty really appreciate it. GT says Nintendo has raised the price on physical games, so it's not surprising seeing them go all digital. Nintendo fans will be grateful to get Zelda Breath of the Wild for $20 off 5 years from now. What a great but sarcastic comment. Totally right. Dub City in the building. What's going on, sir? Let me get Quake on the board real quick. One second. 11. Yeah, Dub City. All right, got Dub City on the board. All right, I think I got everybody. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments. Of course, Geeky was laughing. Um, GT says Nintendo already conditioning people to believe that $60 for a digital version of Yoshi is a $10 discount. You are right. I can't listen. I can't even defend Nintendo at this standpoint because there's definitely a major agenda happening behind the scenes dealing with their pricing structure. Uh, I just hope Nintendo don't um, go away from store shelf presence too quickly because I think that is a recipe for disaster. I think that's definitely a recipe for disaster. That's gonna come back to bite them because one thing Nintendo has been very very good at, and I've praised them for this, is that they understand that their particular market starts with their 5, 6, 7, and 8 year olds. You know, you sell the system to that demographic of kids, and then you build yourself out to your older people. And so that's why you have generations upon generations of people who will come back to Nintendo because Nintendo makes sure that they have games for that demographics. Now Nintendo just got to be smart and come out with a Nintendo Switch Lite that can be priced, I think right around that $300 mark, 300, 350, and if they can come out with a Nintendo Switch 2 that that's right around that mark, I think they got them. They're hot as one. CMG's in the building. What's going on, sir? I saw you over there on Obi-Wan's chat earlier. CMG in the building. Let's go ahead and get CMG over here. CMG2. Jay Biggs is in the building. What's going on, sir? Jay Breezy, taking it easy for Sheezy. Man, I thought the Knicks was gonna beat OKC. They play my Pistons tonight, but we injury ridden, so I don't know how good of a game this is gonna be. So that's gonna be something to think about. He says Steve is the literal frog being boiled, but at least he knows it. Steve says, I plan to keep getting physical games on Switch 2 as long as possible, even if it costs $10 extra. You know what? You know what, Steve, man, I am with you on that. I mean, I'm just really picky now as to what games I get up and and buy for. It kind of depends if the game is digital, but there's a promise of a physical version of it. Depending on what the game is, I'll I'll wait if I can. All depends on the game. It's like my gaming experience is a game by game situation. COG says I'm not happy with Javen Ivy right now. You know what? I don't know the whole story then with Javen Ivy. But you know what, man? Listen, I don't know the whole story, so I don't want to comment on it. But I know for sure, you know what, he has a right to, people have a right to say I don't know. I don't want to make an assumption and jump on his team because I don't know for sure yet what he said. I saw one comment, when somebody was like, hey, we miss you in Detroit, and then he was just like, um, something about Detroit Pistons, like it's not even gonna matter when it comes to Judgment Day. I mean, he didn't lie. I would say that, but I don't know about what else he said. So let me scroll right down here. Let's see. Let's see. JB says cheaper digital games winning. uh Seriously, did you try out Warframe? No, I didn't. I think my plan is to download it tonight and check it out tomorrow. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a little. I'm gonna play some games tomorrow when I come home for a little bit. I got some editing to do tonight, but I'm going to see the Mario tomorrow night. Me and my kids will be there at midnight. So that following day at work it's gonna be brutal. But gotta do what you gotta do. Stay true. The life. CLG says I'm going to talk about it on TikTok. So CLG, what did he say? He said I didn't play that in a while since I was on my original Switch. GT says my only issue with this is that the people unwillingness to just be an adult and say no is what is leading to the next gen console being $1,000 and it's fractional. Oh yeah, you know what? Man, you got a point. You got another great point, man. Especially when it comes to um the situations like how do we we are so like we love games, right? And you tend to spend money. As an adult, we spend money on things that we love and things that we adore, things that gives us entertainment. Some people spend their money on alcohol and drugs, and some people spend their money on sugary snacks and Big Macs and Nintendo games. So yeah, you got a point, man. Um, is this that what is I understand people's likes, but that statement you wrote right there, GT, is absolutely correct. And once the public says, "Look, we've had enough," then they will adjust. They will have no choice to. GT says, "There's no possible world where PlayStation sells a PlayStation 6 with newer tech than the PS5 Pro and more powerful than the Pro for less than the Pro." Yeah, yeah. I listen. To be honest, people say that the Pro is coming, um, but I mean, I don't think they. I don't. I can't tell you one game that's on the PS5 that I say, man, this was just so much better than the PS4. It's not too many, man. It's not too many games on the PS5, and I was just like, oh my goodness, did you just witness what we just witnessed on this system here? There's not a game that I'm like overly like, oh my goodness, PS5. Nope, nothing. So I agree with you on that. It's no way possible that's going to happen. So until they figure out ways to solve this issue, you would think at this juncture there has to be some other company out there to say, you know what, there's a major problem. Let us solve it and get into developing um, RAM that's gonna solve these issues for these console makers. Somebody, the innovation has to start somewhere. You would think by now, like, listen to me, if I'm Sony or Nintendo, I'm finding ways to say, you know what, how do we in our uh, AR department, how do we figure out ways to mimic some of these things and make our own memory? Can we do that? It's to me, I think it's some other ways for this situation to get solved instead of just waiting on somebody else. Because waiting on somebody else right now has proven to cripple them. Just imagine if Sony or even Nintendo had a way to make had their own memory for inside their systems, and they were able to make it without having to worry about buying it from a third party and keep their systems at a low pace. Just imagine if Nintendo could sell the Nintendo Switch at $400, let alone 450, and then have a 450. But listen, it would continue to sell. It would dominate the market. It was especially with a darn near $1,000 PS5 Pro. It's not even worth buying. It's like, mish. Listen, and I've bought every kind of like extra pro model of every PlayStation, and this is the first PlayStation that I have like, nope, I'm just not buying it. So it's GT, right? They gotta say no. Victor, what's going on, Vic? It's been a minute, man. Listen, tell your lovely wife we said hello from Gaming Dad and his parents. He says, how is the world do consoles get more expensive? Man, I just, you know what? They can blame it on um the chips, the memory shortage. And it probably is, a part of the reasons why. But you know what? Do I think these companies are going out their way to find out cheaper ways to sell it to the consumer? No, it's not. Especially, man, in this time where these are things that we love. But you know what? You're right. I saw those prices, yesterday, and I was just like, "Geez, oh Pete's, man." Vic, let me get you on the board, man. Thank you, man, for the super chat. Get Roman on the board. The Roman Victor. Got you on the board, sir. Jay Biggs says, with everyone playing Warframe, I said, let me play Warface instead. Man, listen, okay. Jay Biggs, my guy, man. I used to love Warface, but I have not checked it out on the Switch 2. Is it good enough for me to hop back in Warface? Jay Biggs. Listen, let me read this comment you did to Jay Biggs. It says, what cheaper digital games? Nintendo raised the price of their physical games by $10 minimum. Then they are selling your digital prices at the standard price of a physical game. Yeah, to me, Yoshi probably should have been 50 digital, 60 physical. To put it at $70, man. Today, as of this very moment, I have not seen a reason to pay $70 for Yoshi. This generation, I have passed on certain Switch games. Like I did not get Mario Tennis. I was like, even though I've bought every Mario Tennis, I just like, even though with the new upgrades, I just wasn't like super excited. I didn't get Kirby Air Riders. It just came out at a bad time. It's like, yeah, man, it's not what I wanted to play because I'm, like I still, if I want to play a racing game, I'm gonna play Mario Kart. But this generation, like last generation, everything Mario, Nintendo branded, I was buying. It's like now it's like I just don't know. Like I'll wait till a sale. Like I might get Mario Tennis when it goes down to that famous $40 price. But it's got to be $40 price. Vic says, "What up, gaming dad? Glad to see you still streaming, man. Listen, I'm still hanging in there, my brother. Even in these times, God has been good, man. Has allowed me to continue to give out Nintendo eShop cards, man, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this here. And to me, it's like it's not about the mere pennies that I'm making. I'm not making a whole lot of money off this YouTube channel, but man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I just love talking with the community. This portion right here becomes so therapy because I remember being a kid, and I don't know, some of y'all might, I was that dorky when it came to video games. I was that dorky, nerdy kid, but I had no one to talk to video games about because no one got it like I got it. And so the only time I got a chance to really talk to other people, man, was to go out to GameStop and EB Games and just talk to the staff because they worked there. They understood my pain and they understood the process. We had a unique. It was like those are like my in the closet friends, I guess you would call it. Like a lot of my friends didn't know nothing about that. Hey, I like video games the way I like video games until now as an adult. I'm broadcasting live on Facebook and on Twitch, and so a lot of my adult friends be like, "Dave, man, you out here talking about video games, man. I didn't even know you liked it like that." So yeah, it just, what. In college, man, I played all the sports games. I have friends who played Madden and college football and NBA Live. So that was our cup of tea. At NBA Jam on the Super NES, man, that was so good. And Mortal Kombat, we did all that. But once we left college, it didn't leave me. I got friends, man. All they do is Madden, 2K, Call of Duty. That's it. They don't do nothing else. But I do everything. I like to play all the stuff. So it's just nice to be in a position, man, where I'm doing something that I love to do. Got a great group of people that come up here and we talk games like adults. It's super dope. Jay Big says, since Mario Kart World came out, Nintendo showed us one thing. They will price the game whatever they want. Absolutely. Absolutely. GT says, what was the price of Breath of the Wild on Wii U and Switch? That's a good question. I think they both might have been 60 either way. Yeah, $60. So what is on the Switch 2 $80, and you need to buy the DLC separately. Yes, yeah. Another thing, I can't stand at this current trend of tech YouTubers complaining about the price increases of consoles, then encouraging people to spend $750 on a PS5 Pro now in order to save $150. Well, you know what? I would tell you right now, like, listen, if that's what you want, then it's better to pay $150 less than $150 more. If that's what you want. Because, you know, at the end of the day, man, my mama used to say it best when I was a kid. She used to say, baby, you can't tell grown folks nothing. And so, and I'm a firm believer, people do what they want to do. So if this is what they want to do, have at it, man. Spend your money, it's your money, you earned it. Just don't be mad when you have less of it. But I could not, in good faith, say, you know what? If someone was asking me, should I get a PS5 Pro? I'd be like, no, no. It's only a few games that's gonna take advantage of it. You know what? And if I'm Rockstar, I'm making sure that GTA 6 is optimized for the PS5. I wouldn't give it anything extra or different to that PS5 Pro because you know what? I mean, unless Sony gonna give you some kickback, I'm just saying. But you make a good point, GT. J Big says, once Tears of the Kingdom came, I was prepared for $69.99 games. Mario Kart World was still cost me $50. End of the day, yeah. I mean, I agree with you on that. GT says a YouTuber said if you haven't bought a PS5 in the last 5 years, now is the best time to do so. I offer a counterpoint. If you have survived without a PS5 for 5 years, you can survive without one. And that, my brother, at that point, I agree. I mean, it's like right now, like even to take it a step further about the PS5 Pro, I mean, can you really give yourself some legit reasons why to own a PS5? I can't give you any reason to say, you know what, to get a PS5. I can give you some legit reasons to get a Steam Deck. To me, if you asking me today, a Steam Deck is a better buy than a PS5. That should have been the poll question. Is a PS5, I mean, is a Steam Deck a better option than a PS5? And I say absolutely. Absolutely. For those kind of prices, man, you might well buy your probably can get away by building yourself a cheaper PC. If you waited this long without a PS5, you might well take that money, buy you some components, and start building up. Jay Big says when I jumped into Warface, I found out that they are going to shut down in August. God, oh my, that is breaking news right there. You know what? Warface, man, was the closest thing to Call of Duty. Warface was really, really fun. I really enjoyed especially on the Switch. I really enjoyed playing Warface. I just, it's one of the games where I kind of just, I got tired of it. JB says, if Yoshi was $20, I was not going to get it anyway. Next Nintendo game I most likely get is Star Fox if it truly does come this summer. Woo. Yeah. You're probably right. Um I think, what I'm saying, after I might pick up the DLC for Super Mario Wonder. I might pick it up. But besides that, you're right. I mean, I really, really hope I really hope this Star Fox rumor is true. And I really hope it's sooner than later. I hope it's, to be honest, I hope it is in May because you're right, Jay Biggs. I'm picking that up. Um, I got a couple games that I'm going to pick up. I want to pick up South of Midnight because I just want to play that story. Um, I'm picking up Pragmata later on next month, and I'm hoping Star Fox is a May event because that will be super dope. I'll be all about that. So yeah, I'm with you on that one, J Biggs. GT says means Yoshi is $100 here in Canada. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You've got to be a hardcore Yoshi fan to pay that for Yoshi, especially when Nintendo admittedly with I'll tell you something right. Admitting with their current pricing structure that Yoshi isn't a premium game. Oh, you know it's that Rick Ross. Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, do Speed Ryan in the building. What's going on, sir? Let me get you on the board, man. Speed Ryan 10. All right, got you. This says Vic says, I remember back in the day, gaming was for kids. Adults used to judge when they see you playing video games. So I understand the in the closet statement. Good, listen, man, I appreciate you. Listen, you know what? You right, man. Man, listen, my aunt used to look at me crazy, like, you know, why you spend all your time on this TV playing these games? I'm like, shoot, this was a time when Street Fighter was like just dropped on the Super Nintendo. I was like, I looked at her like she was crazy. Like, man, have you played this game? I don't gotta put no quarters in this bad boy. I can get at it. JB says South of Midnight should be out later and cost 30. That's right, 39.99. I did pick up Virtual Fighter because I like fighting games. And I like really technical fighting games. It's like it's nothing like getting those techniques down. It takes it's like an RPG within fighting games. But I'm that's coming in the mail in a couple of days, and I'm gonna me and my son we're gonna play. I'm gonna beat their tail because they don't play fighting. They play fighting games, but they really don't play fighting games. But yeah, man, South of Midnight for $39.99. Man, it's a I picked that up. That's a digital game. I said, all right, I paid the $39 for a digital game. I'm with that. Like to me, to be honest, even though it was a game key card in the box, Final Fantasy was a great pickup. Even though it was a game key card, I was like, all right, $40. I mean, that's up my alley. JB says to me, PS5 is better than a Steam Deck. I think the Steam Deck is a better value, better options, better. You know what? I mean, there's not too many. There's not too many PS5 games that I just gotta have. I mean, yes, of course, I'm picking up Wolverine day one, but I haven't said day one to a PS5 game since college football. You know what? It's like EA Sports. Look at the screen, please, man. Come on, man. I need college football on the Switch too, please, and thank you. JB says I don't care about the portability of a Steam Deck at all. J Biggs, I ain't gonna lie to you, babe. I do. Listen, you know what? I like to take it in the bed with me. You know, cause my wife sometimes, man, my wife she likes a certain stuff on TV, and sometimes I don't care 2 cents about it, but I like to be in my wife's presence, and she likes me being in her presence. So I like to just be able to take my little hookup, go upstairs, and get it in. Watch me. She over there doing her thing. I'm over here getting it in, playing Dead Space. Um, and that's why I like the portability because my other job I'm always on the go. I got a job. I got a case right now with my other job where on Saturdays, man, I pick these kids up and I drop them off to their mom, and their mom have like a 7 hour visit. So I can't go super far. I can long time with like a 20 to 30 mile radius. So I go to the library. Man, I've been taking my Switch too, man, and been getting it in, playing Madden. Find me a little quarter, put my headphones on, man, and just chill. Then I'll probably maybe for an hour or two before I go to pick him up, I'll go to Cracker Barrel, give me that mama's breakfast, and then go pick them kids I'm taking home, man. It's been wonderful, man. Wonderful experience. But I couldn't do that if I was connected to a TV at the crib. GT says, just know if the console comes with hardware DLC with stands and the disk drive, if you forget the disk drive, you open yourself up to Sony charging via dynamic pricing. No, right? Listen, I don't know what Sony's problem is, man. I think so. I think Sony made some major problems as soon as they decided to pull up out of Japan. I think that's gonna come back to the haunt them. Vic says I bought a PS5 for the kids for $320. When a few weeks ago, crazy its value has gone up. By the way, I hope Star Fox Adventure comes to the Switch available to purchase and not through the online subscription. You know what, man? I am a firm believer, man. I think Nintendo should offer. I mean, they should definitely offer some form of online store. Allow us to buy these games and have them, native to our system. You know what? I love the fact, of the virtual store, virtual console. I love the like. Let me buy some games digitally. Give me the option like a Steam Deck. Whatever I buy it's gonna be on there, and I can play it whenever I want to play it. I like old games runs great on the Steam Deck. It's these newer ones that kind of give some issues. CMG says, I feel you, Jay Biggs. CMG, he said, I had a Steam Deck before. It was okay, but I wanted something better. I have to say it since Switch One, if there was a TV only Switch One, that is what I would have. Well, thank God it's not. I am appreciative to be able to say, you know what? I'm tired of looking at y'all, and we out of this piece. Grab my Switch and we on the go. I am a big favor of that one there. GC said, I am glad I have everything too, but I also am able to realize it might be possible to own it might be possible to own anything in the future. Yeah. Yeah. And that is when gaming will probably begin to disconnect with me. I think like not having that ability, what I'm saying, it's like it still bothers me, even with, the Steam Deck. It's just like, they just haven't failed me yet. It's when it fails, it's like, oh, that's gonna bother me. I like, to plug in a cartridge and play. That's why I still go to the retro stores, I still buy a retro game. Um Came real close, man. I went to this retro store, man, and it had a like almost new copy of Ghost of Sparta for the original PSP. I almost picked that thing up, man. I was like, man, ooh, for $54 though. I was like, I had to put it back. All right, good people, listen. I'm gonna switch over real quick. Let me make sure. Get over to my save stories. What game? What story? What story I'm gonna start with tonight? Even got a little PlayStation news. I don't have too much PlayStation news. But we'll start with your boy Nate the Hate. Let me switch. Boom, boom. All right, all right, all right. Good people, don't forget to get your vote on. Let's see what that looked like right now. I don't want to end the poll. All right, so poll question tonight over on YouTube. It says, "Is the gaming industry heading down the wrong direction?" 40% says yes. 40% says nope. 13% says it's hard to say, and 7% says ask me after GTA 6. I'm not gonna lie to you. I voted for number 4. I think what GTA 6 is really gonna tell and give a good indication the trajectory of the gaming industry, and that game is gonna be that big and that crucial to the whole industry. Um, GTA would probably had a better question about. We probably should have asked about the console industry. What's going on, Bowser? Yeah, but let me read some of these comments real quick. GT says, cloud gaming for the middle class and console gaming for the rich. Whew. Man, listen, right? Listen. We already know how I feel about cloud gaming. I'm gonna be passing on that. Bazza says, I got myself a new gaming laptop between that and Switch 2. My PS5 is getting dusty. I ain't mad at you not one bit. Let me get Bazza 24/7. YT. Bazzett 2. All right, got you on the board. Twice as nice. Let's see. Boom. All right, first topic of the night. It says rumor. New Star Fox game. Ocarina of Time remake and more in the works. All right, listen. I'm not gonna go through and read about what Nate the Hate said, but I will say this. Let me see if I can stretch this out a little bit. Oh no, I can't. After seeing that Fox McCloud is going to be in Super Mario Galaxy, a new Star Fox game is guaranteed to happen. Especially depending on how big of a part he has. Is anybody else besides me and Steve going to see it tomorrow night? I will be there tomorrow night for sure. Taking my kids, even my daughter gonna go with me. So they all happy. So I wouldn't pay for tickets yesterday, but yeah, I mean, I think these are great choices. It makes, especially if the Ocarina of Time remake is true, the end of this year should probably end up being really, really good for Nintendo. Splatoon Raiders, if it's good, you know what? I think it gives you like, okay, Fire Emblem. You know what? Rhythm Heaven. I mean, I was a really big Rhythm Heaven fan, especially on the DS. So to see that, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna pick that game up because that was really really fun. I just wonder how fun it's going to be on the Switch because it was really fun on the DS because you had the stylus, you had that tap function, so you can really really get a good rhythm. So I don't know how it's going to translate over to the Switch 2. That's my only concern doing Rhythm Heaven. A Switch sports game is smart. I just still think it's still kind of early because I think regular Switch sports is still selling. But you know what? I think that's really good, especially towards the end of this year. Dust Buds later 2026. Uh, You know what? I want Dust Bloods to be earlier enough where it doesn't run into that juggernaut of GTA 6. Because if GTA 6 is still coming out the same time later this year, you know what? Dust Bloods need to be like a early July game, no later than early August. Because you got August, September, October, you November. So you wanna give your Dust Bloods need some time to breathe. The closer it gets to GTA 6, the GTA 6, and if it's coming to Switch 2, which to me is like a must for it to come to, because these prices of this these PlayStation consoles are crazy. I think a Dustblood would do very well, and GTA 6 would do absolutely phenomenal, no matter what console is coming out on. Yeah, but I really hope these rumors are true, especially the Ocarina of Time. 'Cause I think I would love to replay a remastered of that game this year. It was my favorite game, my favorite Zelda game for sure, until Breath of the Wild. So I would love for that. GT says the majority of Nintendo fans aren't playing GTA 6. There, listen, you are kind of correct. Yeah, I think you're kind of correct. But why GTA 6 will be such a big grab for Nintendo is that it will bring a lot. There's a lot of people who are like me who would love to be able to play GTA portably. You know what? You find out that a lot of my adult friends, you know what, picked up a Switch 2 because Madden was legit and they can play competitively on the side or in a job on the work. They can still that Madden experience could go with them, and they was cool. Like they they have that in 2K. Now, one other game this year that kind of we're not even talking about is it's not on this list. It's like Call of Duty. It's like whenever. So think about it. If you have a Call of Duty, you have a GTA 6, a Dust Bloods, you have all these multiplayer games, and you know what? You better take them things on the go. I mean, you just GTA is gonna move systems if it's on the Switch too. People are gonna pick that game, pick up with that system to play it portably if it's a good port. GT says I'm not a Nintendo fan, so I couldn't care less. I'll see it when it comes to torrent sites near me. So like this weekend, I'm assuming you talk about Super Mario Galaxy. JB says I am cool with just Star Fox and Ocarina of Time remake. I can wait. I can wait for Mario. Breaking Bad AA1 said, "Do you think GTA 6 can be delayed again?" I do. I do believe it can be delayed again. I don't think they want it to be delayed again. I tell you this much: we would know more this June during Summer Games Fest if GTA is delayed. If GTA is playable, and and they have like a big showing, then it's a good chance that thing is going to definitely um be out this year. Matter of fact, let me Breaking Bad 881. Let me get you on a let me get him on the board real quick. Currently, we got 20 people on the board tonight. Breaking Bad 881. Don't forget, good people, to hit that like button for your boy. Kindly would appreciate it. All right, let's see. GT says the rumor is you can enter schools in GTA 6, which means school pew pew in the game on a Nintendo console. Whew. Now that is crazy. Um, I think if you had old leadership, I think this game probably wouldn't come. But this Furukawa, man, is he a numbers guy, man. He see the dollars, and that game, if it has an option to come to Switch, it's gonna come. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see how they maneuver the game on the Switch too. That's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, but Star Fox, man, listen. I mean, if you listen to it, Nate's podcast, um, if Star Fox is looks as good as he says it's gonna look, and it plays well like a true Star Fox game, then that's you right. That's a day one. Can't even tell you how many times I beat the original Star Fox. Good lord, that game was so good though. It's like it has such an appeal to go back and replay and replay and replay because you wanted to go through that bad boy without getting hit. If it put you in a situation where you pose challenges on yourself. All right, we're gonna switch gears for a minute. God of War Trilogy Remake release dates, speculations, trailer, and everything else we know. All right, this is the original God of War celebrates its 20th anniversary in 2025. Man, that thing came out 2005. Sony waited until early in 2026 to reveal that the long requested remake of the first trilogy is finally on its way. God of War trilogy remake will tackle God of War 2, and God of War 3. Aside from the third game, they haven't appeared on a console since the PlayStation 3 era. The very first thing that Sony revealed about this remake trilogy is that T.C. Carson, the voice of Kratos, will reprise his role for the first time since God of War Ascensions in 2013. Christopher Judge replaced Carlson in 2018 God of War, and its 2022 sequel, God of War Ragnarok. All right, I'm gonna skip on that. I'm not gonna keep reading on this. I just want to see speculation. Okay, let's see. Man, this game. Okay, the question is, what platforms will God of War Trilogy Remake be released on? Nothing but PlayStation. It's not. It's that thing is not coming to PC. There'll be a fool, especially at this standpoint, to release anything else on PC. I said Sony games won't be coming to PC at all. All right, I just want to get an idea of how long the game been in development. So according to PlayStation Blog, God of War Trilogy Remake is still very early in development. Presuming that means that the project was only started a short time before the February 2026 announcement. So more than likely, man, this trilogy it's probably a PS6, PS5 crossover game. It will be nice to see how this game kind of plays out. I don't think you'll see any form of I don't think we won't see nothing this year at E3 dealing with God of War. If we do, it'll be a surprise to me for sure. UK charts Mario Wonder storms into the top 10 following Switch 2 release. Okay, there we go. All right, we're looking at the UK's top 15. Got EA Sports, FC 26. At number one, Mario Kart World. At number two, Resident Evil Requiem. 8% of the sales is on Switch 2, but 53% is on PC. Um, yeah, Crimson Desert. I saw a video today. They think about bringing that game to the Switch 2 as well. Uh, Super Mario Wonder is at number 8. Was at 29 last week. Pokemon ZA is at number 10. Block Ops is at 9. 56% of Pokemon Legends sales is on a Switch 2. Hogwarts Legacy must have had a sale. PS5 is king over in the UK. trying to think of anything. Oh, godly Grand Theft Auto 5, buddy. Still selling. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, still selling. All right. UK sales. Let's get out of here. Marvel Rivals is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Popular online multiplayer game Marvel Rivals is currently in development for the Nintendo Switch 2. The news was revealed in an interview with IGN. The IGN interviewer double checked that it is indeed in development at Marvel Games. Executive producer Danny Koo said, "We will do it. It is not clear how far along development is." I bet money this game is probably going to be shown this upcoming Games Fest. I bet you this thing is running, and I bet you this thing comes out this year at some form of time during around some form of Marvel movie, because there's a bunch of them coming out this year. I would probably say closer to Doomsday than anything else. This game is, I'm predicting this game is coming this year, and I think it's a smart get. What's going on, Steve? Bradley's a bit of surprise. You're still live. Yeah, man, still kicking it. Let me get you on the board. Apocalypse Gaming. All right, got you. All right, with 22 people on the board tonight. GT says not releasing games is looking like a foolish move the more time passes. Oh, I didn't even see the other comment. Let me get to the other one. He says also, oh no, you said a couple things. Let me go back up. You said a couple things. Let's see. All right, why wouldn't it come to PC? Nothing has been confirmed by Sony, and the price of the console means less future customers. Thus, Sony is going to hurt their profits because PC players don't want their box. Ooh-wee. So you know what? I think the reason why this is happening is that Sony is seeing that their brand is just as important as their immediate profits. Um, they gotta give people reasons to buy their system. They see a model in Nintendo that works, and I don't believe, you know what? Yep, they're gonna lose some money, but they find out they're really losing more money, and they're simultaneously turn themselves into a third party distributor. And I don't think Sony wants that. Also, don't think this generation and a weak attempt to try to make exclusives a thing again is going to convince normal people that $1,000 plus PS6 is worth it because of a handful of games. Well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. I mean, Sony, like I said before last week, Sony's in a pickle. They're in a rock in a hard spot. I mean, it's gonna be tough for Sony. Um, but Nintendo is still gonna win. You know what I mean? And we haven't even thought about nor talked about, like, what about this PlayStation handheld that's just floating around that supposedly should be coming sometime within the near future. Um, listen, man, I don't know. You make your point. Your point is valid. Bazit says, Overwatch wasn't smart. The Switch 2 version should be out now. Yeah. But I think Rivals is going to probably sell because of all the Marvel characters. The Nintendo consoles is also a half a grand cheaper than Sony's. Yeah. And, and it's one of the reasons why they're gonna Nintendo gonna be great because they got the IEPs. I mean not IEPs, but the IPs, and they got the pricing. What's going on, Tariq, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Apocalypse Gaming says, inflation is going crazy these days. Yeah, man. Listen, everything. You got to question everything. GT said, "You telling me God of War, Spider-Man reskinned as Wolverine?" But you might be right, dude. Last of Us. He said, "Last of Us 12 remake is worth spending a grand on a console." No, listen. I'm telling you, I am with you. Listen, it's not. But you know what? I don't know what games they got on the horizon that can bring people back to their system. You know what? But like I said before, it's like, I mean, I don't think I think Sony should definitely still make games that go on both PC and their system. But you know what? They gotta have games that make people want to buy their box because I believe Sony believes that they are a hardware company first, not a software company. CMG says they are finally bringing Rivals over to Switch 2. I hope my saves can carry over. Maybe. You just don't know. I'm gonna get you on the board in a minute, Tariq. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Steve M says, I have no interest in a PlayStation handheld at this point. Switch 2 and Steam Deck are good enough. You know what? You right. I you know what? I like handheld systems. Always been a fan of them. I think I've had every Sony handheld. I've had every Nintendo handheld. But is there anything that I really want to play in handheld mode that I can't get off of Steam Deck? And at this point today, no. You know what? If I want to play Spider Man, I'll play Spider Man. If I want to play, um, if I want to play God of War, either one, I could play it in handheld mode. You know what? It's just not. I mean, like I said, for Sony, man, listen, somebody put Sony in a bad position. Sony need a reset. They need a reset. And they need one bad. Steve says, most games I played on the PlayStation were third-party games, and most of them are now on Steam and Switch 2. Yep, you're right. Listen, you are absolutely right. I think about it's only a few okay, I'm gonna pick up Wolverine. But after that, and you know what, and GT was right. Like, Wolverine that's using some of your Spider-Man assets. What do you do? GT says, when your console costs as much as a month rent payment in 2012, no exclusives in the world is going to want to make average people want to buy your box. Gaming is cooked for kids in the future. I think you said it best earlier. Console gaming is going to be really, really, really tough. And I think Sony is Sony and Xbox are in bad shape. I believe Nintendo is in great shape. Tariq, let me get you on the board, man. Before I forget, I get to rolling and forget that you on this bad boy, Tariq. 100. It's on the building. All right, gotcha. Pockets Gaming says you can buy a pre-built PC for $1,000 on Cyber Monday. The exclusives on PS aren't worth it. Yeah. Bazza says if Killzone got announced, that would turn a lot of heads. If Sony was smart, they would go back and dig into that bag and say, you know what? Not only will we're gonna bring back Killzone, we're gonna bring back Soulcom, we're gonna bring back Infamous, we're gonna do some form of Gravity Rush or Gravity Rush remake. They just need to dip back into those games that was like classic. Like you're right. If Killzone got announced, I would probably be picking up Killzone. You know, it's a lot of old Sony properties that they need to dig into. But I'm going to continue to beat this dead horse. Sony needs to figure out a cheaper console, how to get their system cheaper, and then they need to have games that are structured for your 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. That is not Call of Duty or GTA. They have to get those things friendly enough where parents is like, oh, all right, bet. You know, grabbing a Nintendo system is family friendly. They getting ready to go see this movie this weekend. Family friendly. Oh man, let's advertise Switch 2. And if I'm Nintendo, I got a commercial already ready saying that, hey, Xbox, I mean not Xbox, but PlayStation, $900. Switch, $450. You choose. That commercial is ready to go. And it's ready to go inside the movie theater. And then I'm having a sale on Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Tell you, man, they got a juggernaut system on. GT says, can you imagine little Jimmy asking their father for a PS5 Pro for their birthday? The father asks, how much did it cost? They say $1,000. You're right. Listen, won't happen. Steve says, kids now aren't going to get nostalgic like the previous generation got for Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Xbox. Kids now play these live service mobile games with cost of console so high it will get worse. You know what? And they play Roblox, Minecraft. You are right. You are right, buddy. Speaking of live service games, Epic just laid off a lot of people. Fortnite might finally die. Fingers crossed. Oh, but you don't like Call of Duty? GT said, I don't think Killzone would do much. Killzone has more of a cult following. Back in the PS3 days, the gaming industry tried to make money in quantity as opposed to going all in on one game like now. For sure, Killzone would make me take a notice, but I doubt most would care. You know what I mean? I tell you, it all depends on marketing. I tell you, listen, if Sony needs to really spend some money on a quality marketing campaign to get people to buy into what they're trying to do. What that is, I don't think they even know. And it seems very obvious from being on the outside that Sony don't know what they're doing. I think Sony does not have a clue of where the market is going, and they're talking to the wrong people. GT make a good point. Yep. Killzone would get. I would definitely look that direction. Would it keep me? I don't know. I think Soulcom would probably give me more of a like, hey, what's going on here? Because I think Soulcom could be a direct competition at the likes of a Call of Duty or a whatever that other one they got going on that EA got. But Soulcom, because you know what, it was a different type of experience. I would love to see somebody remake Unit 13 and bring that to Nintendo Switch. I know, totally off the wall comment, but you know I love Unit 13. Let's see. Brother said, I think the price of games are killing the business as well. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I mean, that's why like a game like South of Midnight that's $40 is really, really attracting. It makes you want to pause and say, hey, let me look at that. Matter of fact, I got a story today because I'm a fighting game guy and I like Avatar. But that new Avatar game, when it drops and it drops later on this summer, $30. I'm like, bet. You know what? You gonna get it. $30 it is. I'm just saying. GT says, like I said on Discord, it's a circle of failure. You have the hardware in the console costing a lot of money. Thus, gaming budgets have to go up to justify the tech. This means longer development times. Yeah, you know what though, but we're finding out, man, games that don't have a super duper long experience like a Resident Evil. I don't know how much that game costs to make, but it's not a 100-hour game and it's quite linear and kind of in this experience, but it's a good game. Um I just want more games that's going to give me a good enough value that don't need to cost, you know what, $100. Thus, gaming budgets have to go up to justify the tech. That means a lot. Okay, already. Pockets Gaming says, when it comes to the price of games, an easy fix is to stop spending so much on making the game. How do you spend 500 million on making a game? I'm not a game maker, but I understand, and those are questions I would like to have answered as well. Longer development time means that the game needs to make more of a profit, which means the price of the game needs to go up. Uh, that means less people to buy the game. Bazza says if the game mode it it the if the game modes that SOCOM had would make that game. Ooh, we know. Bazza said Warheart remake needs to be released. Yeah, that would listen. That would be dope. Listen, I wouldn't want them to mess too much with the formula of that either. SOCOM was a great PS2 game. Yeah, SOCOM was. Okay, hold on. GT says, the way to solve it is to release AA games and indie games, but then it doesn't justify the price of the console or the tech, meaning that you start a new circle of failure. Would you say, GT, that the Nintendo Switch 2 is a circle of failure? What's going on, Dave? Say hello. Haven't caught the stream in a while, but I thought I'll come by. Thanks, Dave. Let me get you on the board, sir. Dave Williams in the building. We're at, I think, 24 people on the wheel tonight. All right. Talking point. Should Nintendo have kept the Mario Galaxy movie Fox reveal under wraps? I say no. Why? Because that tweet right there got about 30 million hits. And with those 30 million hits, now you have people saying, you know what? Let me go ahead and check out this movie because now they got Fox McCloud in that bad boy. Now it was a great marketing strategy right before the game launches, especially if they got a game coming. So if they got a game coming, now you just brought even more attention to the franchise. People are now going to watch the movie looking for Fox. People are going to be excited when they see Fox in the movie. And then you come out a couple weeks later, like, bam, you know what? We got a game coming out, Fox and Cloud. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Peace, Flutter. What's going on, sir? Got you on the board. Matter of fact, I can leave it here there for a second. It says, GT says the Switch 2 is how you build a console. It doesn't have the newest tech, but it's a huge leap over the old tech. The failure comes from Nintendo's greed. Also, Crimson Desert released last week, I think. Yep. Crimson Desert is out and about. I think they've already sold like 3 million copies already. GT says, I like Sony and Microsoft use Nintendo's approach to consoles, but the cat is out of the bag. You can't have the PS6 running games with weaker tech, but newer tech than the PS5. You're right. I said that they're in a pickle, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, Supersonic saved by grace with the word of the day. Let me get you on the board, sir. Got you on board. Let me get you on the board again because I see Sonic Knuckle Tails. All right, all right. The scripture of the day comes out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verses 3 and 4. It says, he was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hid their faces, he was despised. And we esteem him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carries our sorrows. Yet we esteem him stricken, smitten by God and afflicted. A man sorrows and acquainted with grief. As one from whom men hid their faces, he was despised. He was esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carries our sorrow. Man, listen. Think about it like this here, man. If imagine someone loving you so much that he wants to carry you all the way to glory, that he wants to observe everything that you have done to give you an opportunity to be in communion with the Father. That is what Jesus did. Even when the people rejected him, he still was carried it out and he did it for you. He was despised and rejected. People didn't think that he was that person, but he is the person that saves the souls of the righteous. I thank God every day that I know him. I thank God every day that he allowed me a new day to proclaim his name and to give him praises for everything that he endured for me and the things that I have done in my life when I was of the flesh. So I am so grateful this day for the scripture, for what he did for me, what he did for you. And for those who are on the fence and straddling and wondering, man, how do I become saved? Don't wait too late. Don't wait to the end. Don't wait till you're on your deathbed to say, listen, I got to get this together. No, believe right now. He's here right now. Thank you for the scripture, man. Appreciate you. Suicide Knuckle Tails is on the board twice as nice. To keep Silent Boy quiet. Oh man, let me get in. We have Geeky says she's back. Had to give Lewis a bath. All right, Louis. Gotta get that clean bottom, my guy. All right, Greta Tactics. It's on the board. Geeky's back. We are at 28 on the board tonight. All right. If Gaming Dad wins tonight, I am giving it to my brother Steve M. Got to give him the win column. All right. Geeky's back. I bet you use a pink bath bomb. That's a. He is 4. I use Sleepy Time Lavender. That's right. You got to use that Sleepy Time Lavender. Oh, man. Doesn't mean his water can't be visually appealing. Think outside the box, girl. Pink towel, pink washcloth, something. He wants bubbles and bath time music. Oh man, I love y'all. You know what he said? Play some DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Oh man. Suicide Saved by Grace says I was watching American Idol. I don't watch it, but they had Songs of Faith, right? And it's cool to see on live TV gospel songs through the show. Not every song, but many. Okay. Bazza says, I think Sony and Xbox need to do a longer life cycle like they did with the PS3 and Xbox 360. There are still people that still have PS4s. I agree, man. I think at this stage of the game, they really have no choice, especially Sony. Sony should double down and say, hey, listen, hey, we're going to squeeze as much as we can out of this PS5 and we'll let this bad boy run. You know, and they'll probably end up selling like, 100 plus million, which will be a success for them. And then let's see how the market kind of plans itself out to make itself cheaper. But right now, even next year, I don't think it's a good chance to even be thinking about a PS6. But, they don't listen to us. Hear me out, GT. Purple tile, revolutionary. I know. My stuff was standard, black honesty. Now I'm leaving. I'm learning about face tiles and other random stuff guys just shouldn't know about. What is a face towel? y'all are dirty. A towel that's just for your face. Insane waste of money. So okay, so what you're saying is, oh, this is great. That you use the same towel to wash your tail that you use to wash your face. Oh, listen, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I want to say the right word, but I'm gonna start calling you butt face. But I want to say the word with the start with the A, but I'm not. You and Bradley both got the butt face. Y'all got doo-doo on your face. you got you got crack crevices in your mouth, on your beard, in your eyeballs. Oh, that's so nasty. This is the monumental waste of money. Yeah, okay. I bet you. Listen, y'all probably get in the shower. Y'all probably wash your body in 1 bar of soap, no rag, no nothing. Just get in there, just wipe the soap on your body. Say, I'm clean. I'm clean. Y'all dirty. Steve in the building. What's going on, Steve? Dion, man, you hear this, man? Listen, Apocalypse Gaming and GT, y'all got doodle on your face. Oh, there's a body towel, hand towels, face towel. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that your girlfriend getting you together, GT. You can't use the face towel for your hands for some reason. Women get mad. Steve M in the building. Not Steve M, but Cool Breezy. Let me get you on board, Cool Breezy. Did I? Okay, there you go. I said that's probably right. All right. Nah, don't do me. Don't put that evil on me. I use 2 separate loopholes. Nah, man, you let the cat out the bag, buddy. We got the transcripts. You said. Oh man, that is so great. That is hilarious. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. I got that doodoo face. 100% soap is a disinfectant. You wash your face first. So if you wash your face first, that means you only wash your body once. Dirty. Yeah, dirty. Oh, y'all dirty. You at least wash your body twice. You get the hard dirt off first, and then come back and then you clean. But if you only wash your body once, don't. That's like a 5-minute shower. Dirty. Y'all from the dirty South. All right. Going back to some of these stories, man. So, my answer to this question, though, is that I believe wholeheartedly that, hey, you know what? I think this was smart by Nintendo to release that trailer, let people know that Fox is in the movie, to get out ahead of everybody and got people talking about it. I think it was smart. So I don't know what they're called. It's the mesh ball thing. I got one for the body, one for the face. That's my meme. Half of the shower is just contemplating life. Now that I can understand. Yeah, I get in the shower for some time. I would like to talk. That'd be my time. I talk to God sometime. Like, Lord, I need you. True, true. All right. Let's get to the next story. Quick little story. Splinter of Faith Gold Edition gets total tubular on Switch today. It says Super Evil Megacorp has been. Let me see if it might be a trailer. It is. It's trailer time. Let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
Ready to jump in? Let's do it! Wish the others were here.
Come with me if you want to live. Did I sound cool?
I was born ready.
Those pea brains are a joke.
I remember this was on iOS.
This is our turf.
All right. I wonder how much is this game? Oh, it's $30. You know, it's another pretty good $30 game. You know, you could deal with that. You could deal with you can deal with a $30 game. So that's out today. If you haven't played the game, it was on iOS for a long time before it made its way to other consoles. So. GT says if you want a cheap John Wick type game, Suit for Hire is the game for you. Now I'm assuming that's on Steam, right? Let's look at that. So what that got? Suit for Hire. Let's get out of here for a second. Go to YouTube. It says Suit for Hire. All right. This is the announcement trailer. Let's check it out. This reminds me of this is like John. And this top-down view remind me of what's that game that was on the Vita? Hotline Miami. Right there. This is where it's at right here. So I wonder, can you play it? Can you play it top down only, or can you play them both ways? I like both gameplay. Look pretty good. I just don't want to have to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I get off of that and get out of here. All right. Mind Track 3. Did I get you on the board already? Let's see. All right, let me get Mind Track 3 on the board. All right, let's see. Montrax said, "Well, I got you on the board." He said, "JB said there are plenty of characters that could have used instead of making up some fox." I want Ace Duck. JB says, "In the world where Shredding Revenge and Cowabunga Classic exist, why would I play that?" I get it. It's got Max Payne time dilation. So I like this. Yeah, listen. That was a pretty good. That's definitely worth checking out. You can play it either way. I have mine set to third. Yep, I will have mine set to third person, but you can also play it fully top down. Yeah, I want the third person scene is like so much more fun. Yeah, I want you. I would play a third person. It's a cool little game to play on Steam, or at least it has been for me. How much was it, GT? And does the game have any multiplayer? That's a good question. All right, I'm going to the next story. Super Metroid remake, new Wario Land, another Star Fox game, and more leaked. All right, so it's currently saying that a Super Metroid remake is in the works, which would be smart. If you're going to remake probably the best Metroid game ever, um, this would be the one to do it. $15, no multiplayer. Says currently $15 Canadian, so I guess $10 USD. Bradley says it's 15, no multiplayer. All right, see, that's not bad. I mean, see, to me, that's a great price for an indie game. $15, you get a good experience, you get some good play out of it. I'm definitely willing to support that. So I'll probably pick this game up. All right, says a new Wario Land game is coming, possibly in 2027. Another new Star Fox game, more similar to Star Fox Adventure, is planned, but is not releasing in 2026. It says adding more to the mystery. A user on the family board shared a video from Italian YouTuber Poro Michelle, who claims to have received a DM from an anonymous user on March 21st, including all of the above details as well as these tidbits. Mario Kart World DLC postponed to 2027. Well, I think that's a bad choice. I think that's a bad choice, Nintendo. Super Metro Remake will have a pixel art style. Okay, I don't know about that. Mercury Steam is indeed working on Metroid 6, but it would not be out in 2026. And it says Ocarina of Time remake will not be based on the 3DS version. More rumors. All right. Let's see. Jay Big says since Super Metroid is playable on Switch, I don't want that. I would rather Return of Samus HD. Well, to me, it's like it all depends. You know what? I'm all in favor of a face coat, a facelift. Super Son is saved by Grace. He says, so with your $10 giveaways, I've been looking for some smaller games that look cool at times. I'm liking a game called Ground Divers. It's a tile digging game with some combat. I'm liking the game, and every run is semi-randomized, worth replaying areas. $9 Switch only. All right, let's look at that. What is the name of it again? Let's see. Ground Divers. Let's look at Ground Divers. Let's see what that look like. Ground Divers. All right, this is. I don't want to review. I just want a trailer. This is Arc Systems. I think I remember this game.
And nobody tells you this when you start looking into it.
I don't want to hear that. Let me cut this down for a minute. This might be Quake 311's game right here. Before I get copyrighted. Yeah, so this might not be my cup of tea, but I mean, if you like kind of like that puzzle / pick cross type of games, this might be right up your alley. Ground Divers. Let's see. It has a time limit per area to limit farming too much, kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon system, but the levels are not inflated. Oh, infinite deep. Okay. GT says the last Metroid game was such a letdown that I have no interest in Metroid 6, honestly. Fire Emblem might be the only Nintendo game I might buy for myself this year. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Metroid Dread is still like probably my favorite Metroid game. That and Metroid Prime 1 remake was good too. That anime soundtrack slaps though. JB says, sounds like a One Piece theme song. It is a game of all time. Yeah, Brad, that's something Bradley would like to play for sure. That's up Bradley's alley for sure. All right, so of course, more crazy leaks. I'm not super excited for a lot of these games here. New Wario Land depends on how it plays and turns out. I'm probably out of any of the games that kind of got leaked. You know, of course, the Ocarina of Time and the Star Fox. I'm super excited for. Netflix is getting more expensive, and that impacts games too. So the last Metroid game was marketed as an action game, and it was more of a puzzle game. The current game has a $9 US discount, and probably $11 over in Canada. It is not, unfortunately, for I have no Switch, though I do yearn for the mines. Let's see. GT says I have Switch One. So I have Switch One games to play, so you'll never know. But I'm not really trying to buy many non-PC games this year. I get it. I get it. All right. Netflix has raised the prices of 3 of its subscription tiers again. Whether you use the service to watch TV and movies or play games, this will impact you. Variety spotted that Netflix has modified its subscription prices on its website today, March 26, increasing each by a small amount. The cheapest standard with ads plan is now $9 a month, previously $8 a month. The standard plan is now $20 a month, previously $18 a month. While the most expensive premium subscription tier is now $27 a month, previously $25. That is crazy. Listen, I'm just, you know what? It's starting to make me kind of like angry, because like it's not a whole lot that I watch on Netflix, but you know what? I got a couple shows that I do like, but it's almost at a point where I might like cut it off and then restart it back up when these particular shows come back on, because like, yeah, live action Avatar is exciting. I want you want to definitely check that out. Um, Blue Eye Samurai comes out this year. I Without a shadow of a doubt, I gotta watch that. But then after that, I think about just to cut my Netflix off and then restart it later, because it's getting a little ridiculous. You know what? Things like TV is getting more expensive. So you know what? Like, I have been going to a lot of these secondhand stores and buying DVDs. And then you know what? I'm going to I bought one, but I was thinking about buying me another one. I'm gonna get listen, and I'm gonna start, saying, transferring my CDs and my movies over to my digital. I have a NAS. I built a NAS into my house, and so and just transfer those things over to my NAS, and I can watch my NAS anywhere I have an internet connection. So I mean, I tell you, man, listen, this stuff is getting a little ridiculous. GT says, for me, it is still affordable. I still get value out of it. And Amazon Prime, the things is that now I need to pick the subscriptions I have. I canceled Game Pass to pay for Disney Plus for the kiddos. Yeah. Like, you know what? I've been saying I need to cancel Game Pass, but yeah, it's about to happen tomorrow. I need to cancel Game Pass. Um, I'll keep Disney. I'll keep Amazon Prime. Um, but yeah, I'm about to cancel a lot of these subscriptions, man, because I'm just like, man, I'm just delving out too much money, and I don't even watch enough of that TV. But you know what? It's certain Netflix things that I like to still watch, but yeah, I might have to just say, hey, you know what? When them shows is over and I'm done watching them, I'll just say I'll cut it off, and I want to rewatch them. I'll buy them again. Um, but yeah, I'm trying my best to. But I'm trying to pick up DVDs now. Like, I'm trying to buy things digitally so I can put them onto my NAS. So this way I don't got to be dependent upon these services. So since I pay $100 a year in January to set it up and forget about it, so Netflix is doable. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I go down in Netflix. Maybe I do that. I don't know. Bradley says, I'm not a big watching movies or shows, so I don't really use streaming services. Yeah, I do though. I mean, I use the Disney quite a bit. I use it when I transport kids because it's nice to put a little Disney movie on, put it on my iPad, put it in between my seats, and they tend to be quiet on my travels. So I get some benefits out of Disney, and plus I like Star Wars and I like Daredevil, and stuff like that. So I get it. I get keeping Disney, but man, Netflix is starting to ruffle my feathers. All right. So if you didn't know, now you know. We talked about the price hikes. Quick, if you guys were a fan of the Elder Scrolls Blade is shutting down this June. I never was a big fan of the Elder Scroll Blades, but you might be. And if you are, well, them bad boys is shutting down. See, this is one of the reasons why I want to spend no money or invest into something like this here because it's, when they shut down, what do? You got to deal with it. High on Life 2 is now releasing on Nintendo Switch 2 in July. The official Squad game account has posted the High on Life 2 will be delayed on the Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game, which was originally set to ship next month, has now been pushed back to July 1st. So, I didn't buy the first High on Life. I'm not even a big fan of it, but some people might thought the first one was pretty good. But if you're looking forward to the game, it has been delayed until July. U.S. Nintendo Switch 2 remains the second fastest selling hardware in tracked history. Matt Piscatello from the U.S. video game sales tracker Circana has stated once again that Nintendo Switch 2 remains the second fastest selling video game hardware in the United States. We know sales weren't hitting internal expectations in all important run up to the Christmas shopping season, but sales have clearly been strong regardless. Let's see. The fastest selling hardware is tracked in the U.S. remains the Game Boy Advance. Let's see. It says U.S. Nintendo Switch 2 hardware install base compared to other consoles after 9 months in the market. So it's up 29% over the PS5, 30% over the PS4, 34% over the Wii. That's crazy. 45% higher than Switch 1, 56% higher than PS2, 61% higher than Xbox. I think maybe Xbox One, Xbox Series S 73%, 3DS 96%, 360 120%. I think this is GameCube 139% and Wii U 302% higher over a 9-month period. Cray. Let's see. So I have one Switch game to play, so you would never know. But I'm really trying to. Okay, I read that already. J Big says, Netflix got me with the Puffy doc, and I keep it because of Seinfeld and One Piece live action. Once I watch the last episode, I'm cutting Netflix off again. Ooh, J Big says, when X-Men 97 comes back, I'll get Disney Plus. You're right. Oh, man. I thought Elder Scrolls Blade shut down ages ago. Oh, man. Grit said, I watch Fallout and the odd movies on Prime, but I use the music a lot with my Echo. Netflix, I watch WWE. Uh, Peaky Blinders, what's that? Disney Plus. It's when I to need to drag with the kids. I tell you, listen, Daredevil on Disney Plus is a must watch if you haven't. Bradley says we need a bully AAA game developer published except Nintendo. I don't want to get sued. I still have my Wii and GameCube. I still have a Wii somewhere around this house. I do not have a GameCube, but if you have a Wii, I have it. You have a GameCube. I don't have NSO. Only default NSO. Got it. GameCube was the GOAT. Son of Tell says, I want to try Majora's Mask and maybe Ocarina of Time, but it's on NSO. Experience required. Yeah. Yeah, Ocarina of Time was good. But they both were good. They just both, Majora's Mask is a little bit different of a game. But yes, both were great games. All right. Let me cut up out of here. Boop. If you haven't already, Warframe is available on Nintendo Switch 2 right now. I'm going to download this game early. Warframe on the Switch 1 was like super fun. I definitely was all about that. Nintendo says starting May 1st, physical and digital games will have different pricing. We talked about this earlier. Depending, what this Yoshi game gives you, I'm not paying $70 for this game. This is where, this is another game where I will probably stand. It would have to review like in the 90s for me to say, all right, I'll make the purchase. But this game will get bought. It'll get bought when it's a sale. But to pay $70 for it, no, it's not. Sorry, Nintendo. I saw the next Playground is getting a price increase too. For real? Yikes. I mean, tell me, listen, this is a major problem, man. I still am surprised that no other tech company didn't look back and say, listen, we can solve this issue. I'm just saying. If any business to start, you should start, figuring out how to make memory. Warframe just had a big update. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yes, it did. And I think putting on Switch 2 was like probably one of the reasons for that update. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to unfold for Nintendo. I know a lot of people who play digital games only are excited. And the ones that are physical, like me, we're like, we're questioning some of these thoughts. So Yoshi probably would not get bought day one, but it might get bought eventually. I probably will lean more into buying Yoshi than, let's say, Kirby Air Riders, only because I'm more of a platforming guy than I am a racer like Kirby. Now, I probably will buy Kirby one day, but I'm not in a rush to buy it. J Big says, if I ever bought a Yoshi game in any universe or at any price, I must be suffering a head injury. On this Yoshi game and game pricing, I truly don't care what a game releases for. The issue is Nintendo dropped their prices substantially over time. If anything, it stays the same or increases. Like GTA 6 can release for $100 USD, but I know after a year it can be had for $40 or less. Yeah. It's I don't believe Yoshi is going to be a game that I have to play day one. So, I'm okay and confident in waiting. and I will wait. I will not fall into temptation. If you have Fallout 4 on the Nintendo Switch 2, it adds DLSS, and I believe that's today. But Bethesda has announced today that Fallout 4 has received a new update, which rather handily brings DLSS support, improving both resolution and frame rate. That adds 40 frames per second and 60 frames per second mode with enhanced resolution and performance. The Fallout 4 update also brings plenty of bug fixes and improvements to make your experience of engrossing game. Let's see what it says. That much engrossing game that much better. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna read it. We know what I said with all of it. But once again, a game that I felt like I didn't need at launch that I obviously want to buy because I never played a Fallout game. So people tell me that New Vegas is probably the better game. But this is a game that I didn't need at launch that probably get picked up on sale, hopefully during November. Did anyone get Marvel Maximum Collection? I think J Biggs did. I did not. I was like, you know what? There were other games that I wanted to play. This would be another game that I have to wait to get. GT says, I would like to buy Fallout 4 on the Switch 2, but I'm not spending $80 for a new version of a game with a decade-old bug still in it. I agree. Steve M says, Fallout 4 worked almost perfectly until they added the Creation Club crap to it. Almost, huh? GT says, Fallout 4 is the better game for you to jump into as someone new to Fallout. New Vegas is better because of the RPG freedom it allows. Okay. It's a great perspective. J Big says, I never played a Fallout game. I will watch the price if there is ever a time where I have nothing to play. Maybe. I agree. I'm the same way. It's like, I'm like, it's one of them games that I know for sure that I want to purchase, but it's I'm not in a rush. New Vegas was great. It says, as God Todd said, it just works. Okay. Boop. Boop. Okay, all right. I think Hell Is Us rated for Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, I don't know what this is, but we're going to check it out. Hell Is Us. What is that? Okay, well, we'll look at the official trailer. Oh, we'll keep that down. Cracking Shell, what's going on? So I'm going to get you on the board in a hot second.
What the hell happened here? I feel like I'm trapped in some twisted nightmare. I just want to wake up. Wake up.
This war is a blessing. Why come back?
Anyone in my shoes would have done the same.
Look at you, compromised by your emotions.
I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it.
We failed to stop the calamity.
There are always two sides to a story.
You fucking scumbags! You pissed off the wrong people.
Don't even try that psychological bullshit with me.
You must continue what we've begun to uncover.
Okay. That looks pretty good. So, it says Hell Caesar, or where the NCR or Brotherhood of Steel. Maybe you sided with the house, or did you just take over the power for yourself? Oh, y'all talking about the game. What's going on, Cracking Shell? Get you on the board in a hot second, sir. Going pretty well. GT says, Hell is Us. It's like a bootleg Souls game. Trailer lies. He said, I ended up doing all endings. I prefer being the overlord of the strip, though. I sided with the Legion while wearing in-cave armor every time. Fair enough. Okay, all right. Y'all going back and forth. Okay, so Hell is Us is a Souls-like game. Let me get Cracking Shell on the board. Let's see. Hold on. Uh-oh. All right, Cracking Shell 5 is on the board. Let's see if anything else I need to read. All right. Boom. All right, so Clyde's Baker Hellraiser Revival rated for Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, okay. Let's look at this game. Okay, so it's a PlayStation gameplay trailer. All right, we'll watch PlayStation's gameplay trailer. It's only a minute.
Pain. Ecstasy. Suffering.
This sounds like Saw.
To us, they are the same.
What is this?
You know nothing about the true beauty of suffering. I see your intrigue, your fear,
This is some
your inability to comprehend these sights. You call for us, and you can no longer return. You can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be transcendent.
Yeah, I'll pass. But you know what? I'm gonna cut this out. I don't want this commercial to play. But I hope this game right here comes to the Nintendo Switch. Is it Google Pinhead? Nah, I'll pass.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained,
There's also
unrestricted.
you know what? I did see that. Yeah, we look at that too.
He must be versatile, capable, adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant.
Yeah, I mean, I know Hellraiser is the movie. I just don't know if I want to play that game.
I believe you are ready, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chad Stahelski. Today is a big day for the John.
I don't care about you, Chad. Sorry. But I'm all in favor of that. All right. Let me go back. CMG seems pretty excited for Hellraiser. Let me get off of here. Says that that is the voice of Pinhead is based upon Hell movies universe. Google. Oh yeah, you know I want to check out that. We're gonna check out that Donkey Kong update in a second. Moral of Hellraiser story: if you saw Hell's Rubik's Cube, you lose. I hope this John Wick game isn't bad, but it looks like the James Bond game with a closer camera angle. Yeah, I agree. John Wick 5 looks wild. Yeah, dude. But if you have not seen any of the video, because I like fighting games, and so Avatar Legend, the fighting game, arrives on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch in July. The game looks phenomenal. If you like the Avatar lore and the fighting, the game looks fast, fluid. But what caught me the attention the most from this article is that the game is $29. 12 fires, rollback netcode, crossplay, 900 hand-drawn frames per fighter, single-player story mode, which I think is dope. But the game is $29.99. So this is definitely a pickup for me. Hands down, July 2nd will be an easy pickup for me. All right, let's go back to the time. I want to see Donkey Kong's update. Uh-oh. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see no update. No, but I don't see nothing. So there is no war in BA what? All right. Let's see. All right, let's come off of here. I'm just about done with all of the stories. Another short, quick one. Snow Runner for Nintendo Switch 2 appears on on Amazon UK. So, anybody here, any big Snow Runner fans from the Xbox? It's coming to Switch. I just opened it up. It got one same with Mario Kart. Okay, hold on. Let's do this here. I don't know. I don't know. See it. You see, I opened up Donkey Kong and Mario Kart on the Switch 2. Both got an update. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. No, I was hoping there was a story that kind of, talked about it so we can talk about it on here. So, okay. So, according to Jay Biggs, if you plug in your Donkey Kong and your Mario Kart, you got an update. So, I was just reminded that I have to see my account tomorrow for income taxes season. RIP Wallet Boys. Yeah. I need to start working on my taxes too. It's an Avatar reference. Okay. All right. All right, good people. Listen, let's get out of here, man. A lot of stuff we went over today. But I'm gonna check before I get off and see if there's anything else that might have popped up. And I don't think so. All right, one last. I said I want to check this out. Blood West is ready for the Nintendo Switch 2. What is Blood West? All right, I just need the trailer. Boom.
Remember your ABC?
This is 2 years ago.
Always be clogging. And the Walmart app has over 500 million items.
Walmart has days.
All right, we don't care about the Walmart app.
No rest for the wicked. Let's stretch those dead legs.
Cut this down before I get copyrighted. So some form of first-person shooter. It look okay. Well, this game has been rated for your Nintendo console systems. So I don't think the news site made a story yet. Okay, gotcha. I said I bit the bullet and upgraded Super Mario Brothers Wonder 62 version. Yeah, I thought you wasn't. But listen, I ain't gonna lie, I am too. All right, good people, listen, man. Let's do another show. We can get ready to break it on down. It's 11:02 p.m. Let's go ahead and switch this on over here to the Wheels of Steel. All right, we got 31 people on the wheel tonight. All right, get that heart music playing. That's right, we'll get started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know how we do. If your name is picked first before the last one, you get the sweet tones of my boy Peter Griff. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and start it off with our first loser of the night. It's wheel time. And who is the first loser of the day? Peace Flutter, man. Quick, fast, hurry.
You lose.
But you're out of here, my friend. You're out of here. The wheel knows when you come in late. Who's up next? Catch Flex will be like your boy Gaming Dad. God the almighty, I was in, and then I'm out of here. Keep it moving. The group down to 29. I'll answer comments at 25. We'll look up and see if we got any new ones. Until then, we'll keep it moving and grooving. Baby Dave Dub, what's going on with you, man? What's you out of here? All right. Down to 28. Can't be late for the next date. Who will it be? Oxford Trapper is out of here. Down to 27, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What did the sheep say? Son Knuckle Tails. What did the sheep say? Son Knuckle Tails is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 26 in the mix. We'll look at the comments in a minute. See who's up next to Castle Flex. It will be Tariq 100. All right. Let's go. Apologies Game says, if I win, I will give my wins to my brother in the dirtiest of gorilla. Touche, pussycat. Touche. J Big says, I was checking to see if I could get south of midnight early. Saw Wonder and said, why not? That's how it be, right? That's how it be. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to probably pre-order it, maybe get it preloaded on my Switch and have it ready to go tomorrow. All right. We're down to 25. Got 25 cents to go. Half of 50. My brother. Thanks, Roman, man, for coming through with the super chat. But my brother for another mother.
You lose.
Are out of here. We keep that wheel moving and grooving. Who's up next? Captain Flex. It will be today, not tomorrow, but Steve. Yeah. It's officially off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Going back early down to 23. We'll stop at 15 before we check out for comments. We got Mod Track 3 number coming off the board real quick, fast and hurry. Please exit left. Mod Track 3 is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it moving and grooving down to 22. Hootie hoo. Ricardo, my friend. 21 in the building. 21. And Guerrilla Tactics, number 2. You out of here, son. All right. Who's up next to Catch the Flex? And be our next loser of the night. Channel Chaplain. Super Sound is saved by grace. It's not your night tonight, but
You lose.
you are out of here. All right, we're down to 19. We'll get it down to 15 before we check in on comments. CMG. Donkey Kong.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right, as our favorite winner tonight. You know how we do our favorite winners. A Geeky Chick is one of our favorite winners tonight. Shout out to Geeky. But you know how we do.
Psych.
Better luck next time. Slugheads.
We're down to 17 people, ladies and gentlemen. 17. Who's up next? Catch the Flex. Speed Ryan. All right, down to 16. One more before we check our comments and get it down to 15. Who's up next? Catch the Flex. It will be, it's getting close. It's getting close. Tormentor, man. Ooh. Man, that was close. It's like fall off the edge on Donkey Kong. All right. We're down to 15 left on the board tonight. So let's get some of these comments. Let's see. J Big says you can't preload South of Midnight. Oh, that's whack. Said it doesn't give you the option. Man, that's whack too. GT said it should have been geeky. He said, someone take her peak voodoo doll away from her. GT says, yes, get her out of here. Oh, Miss O, what's going on with you? Listen, I wish you would have got in here early for this wheel, girl. But hey, welcome. How are you doing this wonderful evening? I wish I could have got you on the board. It would have been nice to have some of your comments. Steve says, Bradley says, drink water, everyone. It's good for you. Yeah, if you can put, especially if you can have like a little pinch of Baja salt, so you get those minerals, you can rehydrate yourself. What did I do? I hit this Bud Light. Nobody trying to advertise Bud Light. All right, let's go ahead. I'll get the wheel spinning again. All right, we're down to 15 left on the board. Let's go. I just bought a Evercade. Listen, it should be here later on this week. Breaking Bad 881. It ain't no fun. We can't share in the experience. She can have mine if I win. Okay, listen, Miss O, listen. Gorilla Tactics is just donated his $10. If he wins, over to you. Now you're on the board, courtesy of Gorilla Tactics. All right. We're down to 14. Let's see who's up next to catch the flex. And it will be a Geeky Chick. Oh, Lord have mercy. Please exit left. Geeky's off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Officially. Neo Geo Collection 1 through 3. That should be my pickup, huh? Dub City, listen. Recognize real.
You lose.
You're out of here, my friend. All right, hold on. Listen, I'm gonna price that today. I used to want Neo Geo games so bad. They were so expensive back in the day. Moet 4529 is out of here. Oh man. I said, does that mean if I win, it goes to? Yes, it does. That's what it means. It gets passed on down to Miss O. Yeah, or I have to have one chance to win up to you. All right. Let's go. Let's see. No, Grid Attack, you don't hear 1, 2, 3 times. Kraken Shell 5, all the way live. You are. So I don't use Switch 2 like that, so I give the code to someone who does use it. Wait a minute, don't you got a baby girl? Your baby girl can use it. All right. Up next, Castle Flex, it will be CMG Donkey Kong. Out of here. All right. Who's up next? Castle Flex? JB, boy. Miss O is looking good for you.
You lose.
J Biggs is out of here like them Knicks. All right. GT, are you with me? Oh yeah, get out of here, ain't going nowhere. GT, are you with me? All right. We're down to 7. We get it down to 4. We're gonna get it down to 4. We look at comments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bassett 24/7.
You lose.
Out of here. Keep it moving and grooving down to 6 in the mix. It's getting close. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cool Breeze is out of here. All right, we're down to 5. All the way live. Quake 311. Oh my goodness. It's out of here. All right. Listen, so the board says 4 people. Dion can't win because he was the winner last week. So that cuts it down to 3. But it's really cut down to 2, even though we have 4. Because Guerrilla Tactics, let's see, Apocalypse Gaming said, hey, if I win, I'm giving it to Guerrilla. Guerrilla says, if I win, I'm giving it to Miss O. And then we got Bazzett 24/7. So it's really 1 against 2. Really like 1 against 2. Let's check into some let's check into some of the comments. Let's see. So that's a 2-for-1 knockout right there. Miss O says Switch also has Neo Geo Collection 1 through 10. They're like $50 each with $10 games per volume. Yeah, but I want some things that's like just for that. Because in this day of age, I like to have stuff where I can just I can only play that on this system and be good with it. She has unlimited codes, aka my debit card. She just taps the card on stuff she wants. Rats. Miss O says, I hope everyone has a happy Easter. And same to you, Miss O. Same to you. Same to you, Miss O. Have a great Easter. CMG says, oh, darn, I'm out again. All right, we got the comments down. We're down to 4. It can only be 3. Who will it be? If it's Bazzett, 24/7. But it will be Dion Freeman, our winner from last week. All right, so now it's 2 against 1. Won't this be fun? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who will it be? Woo! Not so Guerrilla Tactics. He is out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a legit final match, 1 against 1. We got Miss O and we got Bazzett 24/7. Miss O says, I'm actually happy if people keep their wins. Aw. He said Bazzett is the underdog. All right. No Nick Cannon tonight. No ease for the drums. Let's just see who it is for fun. And tonight's winner will be. It's gonna be Miss O. Because Bazzett 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight's winner is Apocalypse Gaming, but we're giving it to Miss O. Kid, show her some love. All right, Miss O. You have the wonderful pleasure of, let me put my Discord in the chat. I should have that already pinned every time I come in here, but I tend to don't. My Pistons is down 7. Let me put this into the chat real quick. All right, we want to invite. We want to share the invite. We want to copy it. We want. All right, Miss O, I put my Discord in the YouTube chat. So feel free, hop on that Discord, accept the invite if you haven't already. Send me a message, say, hey, give me dad, where's my money? And I will send you your Nintendo code tonight. Don't get people before you get off. Get your vote on. The question of the night is the gaming industry heading down the wrong direction? 38% of you guys believe so. 35% says no. 19% says it's hard to say, and 8% says, ask me after GTA 6. And I'm with the latter. Ask me after GTA 6. He said, I. White Menendez over here. He said, I swear every time I pop in after being absent for a while, I win. I'm just going like that. Dion said, congrats, Miss O. So you would take the card, Mushi, and you'll like it. All right, good people. Listen, you know how I do, man. I thank you for another wonderful stream. A lot of good information. We didn't even beg the question of like, hey, you know what? Do you guys foresee a Nintendo Direct this month? But according to the Nathan Haight, he said nope. The next Direct will be sometime in June, and we just gotta suck it up and wait for it. And so hopefully that June Direct better be slapping. If it's not, buddy, he said I have to turn my PC on. Okay, I got you. Listen, don't worry. It'll always be in the my Discord will always be in the stream. So just feel free whenever you get a chance to send me a comment. I got it right here, waiting for you. Woo-hoo. Bought some the other day. And good people, listen, man. This is your boy Gaming Dad. Let me get my prayer on, man, like I always do. If you don't mind, just bow on your heads. Thank you, Yahweh, for this wonderful time. I thank you and praise your holy name for allowing me the opportunity to pray for those that I've never met before, but I share a relationship with them, Lord. And I pray, Lord, that you know their needs and wants this wonderful evening. And that I pray, Lord, that you bless them, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you bless them spiritually, emotionally, and financially. I pray, Lord, that you use them, Lord, to do your will. And I pray, Lord, that they surrender themselves and their lives to you, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you bless their relationship with their children, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you guide and protect them, Lord. I pray that you continue to reveal yourself in your word. And I pray, Lord, that they take time to read your word. Your word is truth. We don't need to search for anything else. We don't need to be confused about anything else. The only thing we need to do is search for Jesus in the scripture and stay true to how he lived his life here when he was alive on earth and how he continues to intercede on our behalf. We thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be able to pray to you, to be able to listen to you. I pray, Lord, for those who are sick and afflicted right now, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you bring healing to their bodies. I pray, Lord, that you bless them with financial blessings, Lord, that you bless them in abundance, Lord, that they become givers than borrowers, Lord, that you bless them, Lord, to be cheerful givers, Lord. They want to give to other people. I pray in the name of Jesus that you bless our hearts. You said, Lord, that you would judge our hearts, Lord. And I pray, Lord, that our hearts are in line to be righteous to you. Lord, if there's anyone here that is listening, let them hear that if they are uncertain about their salvation, I pray, Lord, that you use me, Lord, to help guide them to that place. That they feel the confidence to be able to contact me at any time, any place, and I will help guide them to you, Lord. I thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be able to pray, to be able to bless others with your wisdom and your word. And I pray, Lord, and I'm very grateful that you provided me with great people to pray for and interact with every Monday night, Lord. I just thank you, Lord, for this opportunity because there's people out here who don't get to do this. But I am grateful that I have the opportunity to meet some great people. I thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be able to pray to you. And I continue to want to worship and praise your holy name. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we pray and give thanks to you, Lord. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. Good people, this is your boy Gabriel Dad, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Going to see the Mario movie tomorrow with my kids. I'm so excited. Just to kind of wanted to hang out with them. But another great night, man. Let's check out a couple comments before I get out of here. G said, don't worry, he holds his hostage for a while. Shout it out. And he said, Bradley, man, it's good to hear from you, man. I love you, buddy. He said, everyone, have a fantastic night, drink water, and enjoy life. That's right, man. Today, man, listen, I'm gonna share this small story and I'm gonna get off. I had a kid in my classroom, man, who always comes in with a grumpy attitude. He kind of bipolar every now and then. Some days he's really nice, really happy. Some days he's grumpy. But I told him, and I'm gonna share it with you, man. You choose if you're gonna be happy or not. You can choose that. The Bible says, "What a man thinketh, so shall it be." So always think positivity, even when it seems everything around you is going to chaos. Think positivity. Keep that first, and you'll find out, man, that things will get a whole lot better for you. Life becomes a whole lot more manageable, even through the stress. Don't tell me how big your problem is. Tell me how big your God is. And God is much bigger. What he said in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ, not some things. I can do all things. When I am weak, I am strong in Christ. Do you believe that? Do you believe that Jesus said, I will send the comforter to live inside you and work through you? That the comforter is the Holy Spirit. He lives inside you. You have that power, the tongue. There's power in the tongue. There's power in what you say. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Speak life. Choose life every day. Good people, this is your boy Gaming Dad, man. Thank y'all. GT says, I pray the government doesn't steal an obscene amount of money from me tomorrow. If anything, they could slide me some money in my bank account. The cost of living is outrageous. I feel you, my brother. J Big says, there is a new article about Mario Kart World Update. Okay, bet that. I'm going to look at that a little bit later. They added a new bomb blast. Uh-oh. Amen. Thank you, Miss O. Peace out. Dion in the building. Chaos is but another facet of life. Absolutely. Chaos can be beautiful sometimes if it's all in how you view it. All right, good people. This is your boy Gary Dad, man. And in the mighty words of Don Cornelius, peace, love, and soul. This is your boy Gary Dad, and I am Audi 5000G once I find my screen to exit. Peace.